All right, hopefully I'm sharing the right screen. See something. You guys can see my trading view screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Let me start recording
And
this.
that guy is ready to go. It's like, yes.
All right.
Yeah, I can.
All right.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, good morning, guys. Today is Friday, April the 21st, and as usual, we'll be going over analysis for US 30, gold, and EU. Just to check back on what we've done so far for the week. Just a second. So far for the week, so yesterday we only took one trade on the live session. Like one official trade, because I did take some gold sales personally. But the EU sell we took yesterday went to full TP for 20 pips. So this is the EU sell from yesterday. So the reason we entered this sell is because price closed below the 9 EMA, retested and closed below the 9 EMA. So actually the entry was off of this semi-bullish hammer candle. But then, yeah, so price, we went a little bit into drawdown just like for 2 or so pips, and then price reversed the whole way back down. So the same thing for EU today, right? You can see EU is still in a heavy wait, this is the 30-minute. Let me change it back to 5-minute. But you can see we have nothing but sell zones on EU, right? Same thing as yesterday. If you see, we are trading a day when we are trading and we are just in like heavily colored zones. As much as I don't like trading that because, or having that chart open because it just hurts my eyes. But it's the same thing from yesterday, right? You can see we're in heavy supply zones for EU. Now let's take a look. I think EU is reversing from where it reversed yesterday. So today, the setup that I would be looking for, so keep in mind, it's also a Friday. Fridays are bound to have a lot of manipulation. So honestly, so this would be a sell on EU based on like yesterday's, and there's a new indicator I'm trying out. I'll go over it with you guys. Right, we wait for a good enough trend. So this trend, the last time price was below the 9 EMA consistently. That's 1.09546 up to, so this is about a 40 pip trend, right? So ideally on a pair, that should be considered a trend. And then ideally how we catch the reversal is we wait for closure below the 9 EMA on the 5-minute, retest and closure below. So this ideally would be a sell. However, the reason I wouldn't take it is A, it's because it's a Friday. B, it's ideally where price reversed from yesterday. So ideally EU can possibly be creating a double top. So if we go on the hourly, this might be a possible, no, not a double top, but we have a bunch of resistance here even on the hourly. So in any case, for any reversal, I would prefer to wait to around 1.10100, which is ideally the area that I marked up yesterday. So give me 1 second. So gold and US 30. So let's see what we can catch today. Gold and US 30. So US 30 is dropping. We didn't catch any trade on US 30 yesterday. Did we? I feel like did we? Oh, no, we missed a trade on US 30. The thing with US 30 yesterday, it just spiked up without us. So if we try and go back, ideally it's better seen in the Discord. Where did I post it? Maybe I posted it in the general chat. Let's see, general chat.
Yesterday you put a pending order. I didn't know. I don't know if you went in, but
Oh, no, yeah. So this was the pending order I had. So since it got missed here, I just closed out of the pending order. So this is the pending order we had. And also going back, I'm trying. I thought I had sent like a screenshot of before. Yeah, but ideally, what we were looking for yesterday was closure above the the trend line that was down here, and then retest and closure above. So the candle that actually spiked up, it's away from the screenshot, the candle that actually closed above the trend line was a heavily bullish candle. And then the reversal didn't happen until here. So my entry was around 33,752, and you can see price missed my entry by about 1 or 2 pips. So if in future, if you ever set an order, and then, so keep in mind, I don't recommend anybody to keep trading or to keep holding pending orders after 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But if you do have, like, for example, right, yesterday I had this pending order. So as soon as I came back, like, I didn't even care what was happening, but I came back to the charts and saw that I literally got missed by like a pip or two. At that point, the trade is still valid, right? However, that was when I should have been filled in, right? Because what were we waiting for? That you should always ask yourself that, right? What was the confluence for this trade? The confluence for this trade was the retest of the trend line or retest of the 4-hour bullish high. Okay, that's one, right? Number two, what are the 3 confluences we use to enter any given trade? Number one, it's retest of the 9 EMA, retest of structure, or retest of the trend line. So the trend line was this one down here to the downside. The structure was actually, this was like a lower high or whatnot. I think it was like a lower high or something like that. The 9 EMA was all the way here. So you should always ask yourself, where are you going to get the optimal entry? So of course, the optimal entry here was retest of the bullish high or the trend line. However, we did have this structure right here, which was a lower high. So at that point, right, it's up to you to do the math. Do you like here the difference between this structure, this lower high, and the trend line was maybe 5 or 3 pips. Our TP is like 50 pips on US30. So that's not gonna make or break your trade. So it's up to you to decide, are you gonna enter on the structure, or are you gonna wait for retest of the trend line, which price might not actually come back down there. So yesterday when I saw that it had retested this structure, this lower high here, and went all the way back up and past where my TP would have been, I actually just closed out my pending order, because always ask yourself, right, before you enter any trade, ask yourself, am I entering on the retest of the 9 EMA, retest of structure? And by structure, I mean like a high-low, established high-low period, or retest of a trend line. That will always guide you, whether it's in a pending order or whether it's in a market execution. Does anybody have any questions regarding that? If not, I'll go ahead and draw our 2 trend lines for the day. So this is a hanging trend line on US30. I don't know why my mouse is lagging. Give me 1 second. Let me reset this. My mouse keeps lagging. I think I'm missing. Let's try this again. Okay. Hopefully you guys are able to see that. All right, so this is a hanging trend line on the 5-minute. When we go to the 1 minute, I'm pretty sure it's an established trend line. For anybody joining us today for the first time, well, based on the people I see here, you guys have been here with me, but I know there's people who joined today. But anyway, so the 5-minute, this is a hanging trend line. And this is also a hanging trend line currently on the 5-minute. But you can see we are in an uptrend on US30. Let me reset this. So we have a possible death cross coming in on US30. My charts are all over the place. Let's see what we have. So for US30, on the hourly, this is the hourly. Okay, so for US30, we need to wait for these trend lines to be established. Same thing as yesterday, right? Yesterday we waited. Unfortunately, the trade came after the live session, but we definitely need to wait for this trend lines to be established. Again, don't try to catch a trade from a hanging trend line. That is one of the worst things you can do. Always
gold is taking off, and we got news in 5 minutes.
Okay, so 5 minutes before and after news, we don't really trade, but we have a golden cross coming in on gold. So gold on the hourly, I have this. That's an established trend line on the hourly. Based on what I can see on gold, I am bullish on gold. In any case, based on news, what do we have here? Hourly bullish high, 4-hour bearish high, 4-hour bearish low. We'll just wait for news to pass. But keep in mind, EU for me is a sell. But I would rather sell around 1.10 area. So for US 30, we need this trend lines to be established as static trend lines. So for now, they're just hanging trend lines. We have an hourly bullish high, hourly bullish low here. Yeah, I really don't see anything. So gold is possibly the only thing that I can see here. All right, just a second. I'm checking this account that's copying. I say, yeah, so let's just wait for news to pass. That's fine. So for this account that's copying the US 30, NAS, and gold signals. So keep in mind, this is coming off of a $1,500 live account that's copying to a 100K challenge. Oh, I'm sorry, copying to a 100K live, copying to a 300K challenge, and copying to also a 50K challenge that I started for a friend yesterday, and then copying to this 100K demo. So even the gold, so keep in mind gold, the gold, NAS, and US 30 signals are the highly profitable signals. EU and AU, sure, they are. For GJ yesterday, I had to suspend the 15-minute signals because the 15-minute signals on GJ were just trash, to be honest. So right now, the signals you guys are getting on GJ are for the 5-minute. If anybody was actually using and being profitable on the 15-minute GJ signals, let me know and I'll turn those back on. But you can see today was also a losing day, even on the NAS. US 30 and gold signals. Again, you're not going to win every day, but keeping it right. But the growth curve is still positive, right? This account started on April 16th. It's up 6.55%. At one point, it was up 9% in just minus yesterday and today. The account was up about 9%. But yesterday had a losing day with the signals, with the gold, US 30, and NAS signals for about 1.3%. Today is the same thing. But if I had the AU, if I had the AU, GJ, and EU signals, this loss would have even been bigger. So that's why I tell you guys, if you can focus on those three signals. On the other hand, you can focus on all of the signals, because I think we got a GJ signal this morning and shot up for a good amount of a buy. Wait, what time was news again? Let's see, Friday 9:45. Okay, in 2 minutes. Yeah, it showed up for a buy. Now, if you wait, so I think there's one person who joined the group today, and he took a good amount of signals. What's his name, like Will or whatnot. So let's see, general chat. Let's see. These were just some of the trades that I took today. Of course, they don't count towards the overall win. Yeah, but this is Will. So they joined, they took a GJ buy, US 30 buy, and gold buy. So the strategy with the signals, if you're entering them manually, if you get a buy on whatever, or buy or sell on whatever indicator, I'm sorry, whatever instrument, go to that time frame. So how the signals come in, they come in like Euro USD buy on the 15-minute time frame, 20 pips stop loss, 20 pips take profit. So how you interpret that, if I was getting a EU buy on the 15-minute, personally, I would go on the 15-minute chart. Let me turn off these colors first. Go on the 15-minute. And then after I get the signal, instead of entering in on impulse, so my AI just enters on impulse, right? I'm going to try and have it coded, which is of course spending another shit ton of money, but anyway, it's going to be worth it. But currently it just enters on impulse. But ideally, if you're entering manually, even with this return, if you just follow the strategy for entering the signals manually and waiting for confirmation, you would have a higher win rate than my AI. But my AI, of course, trades about 24 hours, five days a week. So
two things I want to bring up real quick, not to cut you off. Do you want to look into if the news is impacting the win rate? That's the first thing. And the
I'll
second thing is the signals lately, when they come in, they already close the EMA, and you're basically waiting on the second candle. A lot of the most recent ones.
okay. So let me go over that. Let's see. I'm also checking to see. I'm in like one trade for those signals. But anyway, so to answer, to finish what I was going over first. So after I would have gotten the 15-minute buy on EU, I would have waited for the retest of the, I'm not sure which candle it was, but I'm guessing it was somewhere around this candle. So I would have waited for the retest of the 9 EMA. So in this case, it would have been, and I'm not sure if this is where it was, but I can see a 15-minute candle that retested the 9 EMA. And then here, I would go do my 20 pips, stop loss, 20 pips, take profit. And there it is, right? So you would have gone into profit about 18 pips. Remember, for our strategies, if you're 50% in profit, set break even. Now for the signals, I don't set break even. I have like a static 20 pips stop loss, 20 pips take profit. So some of my trades, because I'm sleeping, right, they go to maybe 18 pips profit, and then they reverse and maybe hit stop loss. But the reason I let that happen is because I trust the signals, right? The growth based on historical, and remember, right, what happens in the past does not necessarily guarantee what's going to happen in the future. But I do know that in the past, just letting the signal hit TP and stop loss as needed, you're still going to win over time. So I do not manually intervene with any signals that are taken. The only ones that I actually, let me scratch that. The only ones that I intervene, if I get a 5-minute buy and then a 15-minute buy, I'm going to close one of the buys. I don't like being in two trades in the same direction for a given instrument. So that is the only time I'll intervene for a signal. Now, the news, how does news affect it? Previously, about 2 or so months ago, I really was watching news, but nowadays, whether it's using my strategy or whether it's the signals, same thing I just said, I just let TP hit, I just let stop loss hit. I found that just being scared of news was damaging my trading. So nowadays, other than when I'm doing it on the live session again, that's the only time that I'll be wary of news. But if I'm trading by myself, I don't care about news. Not that it doesn't matter, but if my strategies align, and if my strategies say the buy is likely, the sell is likely, like for example, let me analyze gold right now, right? We've been in a downtrend on gold. And this is similar to what we went over a few days ago, right? So after a heavy downtrend, what do? We wait for price. So this downtrend, when was the last time gold was consistently above the 9 EMA for like 10 minutes? About 2003. This is the same thing that happened like 2 days ago, right? Because I remember this same pattern we were trading. So what do we do after this? We always wait for price to close above the 9 EMA on the 5-minute to retest and close above the 9 EMA, right? So in this case, you always wait. So here price closed above the 9 EMA on the 5-minute. The next candle did not do a complete retest, but also closed above the 9 EMA. So if we had news here, I would still have entered this trade. And you guys saw that I entered a gold trade this morning with a heavy lot size. It's part of the profits that I took. So for this one, 50 pips stop loss, 50 pips take profit, full TP on that trade, right? Easy trade. And I did say for this trending, after a heavy trend, you can do 100 pips TP, 100 pips stop loss. Let's see. 100 pips TP, 100 pips stop loss, again, full take profit. Now for this one, if I was 50% in profit, yes, I would set break even. But if it was a signal, and I just entered with, of course, 50 pips TP, 50 pips stop loss, for the signal, I would just let whatever happens to happen. So for this one, give me one quick second. This account that's copying the trades is frozen. Let me sign in on my phone. I don't want to end up messing up my accounts. Just 1 second. Okay. Oh, perfect. All right. Still in profit. So if there was news here, like right here, I would have still entered this trade manually, because after we've backtested